Hello and welcome to Azur Lane Meta. If after this video you want to help support the channel, please check out my affiliate store at kit.co/AzurLaneMeta. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you are at all curious about this screen or what these data records look like, which you will come across in some of the maps as you go through Operation Siren, this video will explain everything you need to know about them. First off, how do you find them? You go from the world map into collection. Once you're here, there are broken down into different data points. There are 9 of them, and each of them has 6 data points each for a total of 54 total data. You find these data points while you're exploring Operation Siren open world maps, and you can just collect them by clicking on the map. They show up purple on the radar, but you can just click on them, and once you do, you have gotten the data. It will say that the data is recovered. You now have the record files, which goes to your goals accomplished. They'll show up in your information, which you can click through here, and then you can go to exploration progress, and you'll see that I have now the star for this map of record file, and that gives my 3rd star, which gives me an ability to collect these prints here. You can look at all of the different collection rates. So because I have 3 stars, I've been able to collect these 3. Once I get all 5 stars, I'll be able to collect this 5th one here. So the first time you clear something, you'll get a 1 star for it. And then if this is only the 2nd thing you've done, you'll have at least 2 stars. So why do we care about these files? Well, it's pretty obvious that getting a star will give you a ton of resources in Operation Siren. So we want them because of resources. Another nice thing about these stars that makes them special is they are in the archive, which means that these data points stick around and you get to keep them across Operation Reset, meaning that you instantly get those stars. If you have collected all 54 records, then you get 54 stars right off the bat every reset. Not to mention those of you who are interested in collecting the 360 stars available in Operation Siren will need to eventually get all of these records. So now that you know why these are important, and maybe now you're interested in getting these data records, let's look at how that you can obtain these data records. It may just seem like they randomly pop up in different maps, but that is not the case. In fact, this feature is probably one of my least favorite parts of Operation Siren. Operation Siren operates in a way that looks like it is open world and you can go anywhere you please. However, if you want to get these data record files, it's not the case. You have to follow an exact order to the T if you want to get these files. So the Chinese beta testers have put together a map here. This map tells you the order in which you need to complete the different C zones in order to get the data records. Thanks to a fellow Discord user, we have translated it into English. I wanted to get this video out right at the first of the month for reset. However, I needed to verify some things first. In fact, it turned out a couple of the numbers were switched up. We have now corrected those. So if you guys are wondering why I care about getting this video out so early in the month, it is because you can actually mess up the order. And once you mess up the order, just by doing one mission out of order, if you mess up the order, then you have to wait till next month to get the new record files. I'm not saying that everything that you do will completely mess it up, but I am saying there are certain areas that if you go into and you complete them not in the correct order, you'll have to wait till next month before you can continue on your record file search. This is why I don't know anybody who has completed all of the record files in the first month of existence on Operation Siren. They just didn't know the order and they messed it up, and then 2 weeks into the month they could not go get those files. Certain files were completely locked out to them and they had to wait to the next month. So now that the first reset of Operation Siren has happened, we're into the 2nd month of this game mode. We have reset the world, and that means that we can again attempt to get the files that we have messed up the order. If you look at the map, we refer to the zones by a number-number. The first number represents the collection number. There are 9 in total. The map is color-coded by that number, aka all the 2s are dark blue. The 2nd number is the order sequence that the map must be done in order to gain the record file from that map. Each data collection has 6 total record files, and those come from 6 different maps. As you can see on the screen, not every C zone on the map correlates to a record file map. The ones on the extremities, like in the Mediterranean Sea or the Balkan Sea or the Gulf of Mexico, do not yield any record files. So if you've done your missions in those areas, you definitely have not messed up anything yet. So you can compare this map exactly to the areas of the map you have in your game if you want to find the exact zone. They won't label them like 9-6 or 2-3. You have to match them up. However, we've also put together all the different naming conventions. For example, if you click on a map, it will tell you whether it's what region it is. For example, this one is Southwest Ocean Ridge A, and this one will be Southwest Ocean Ridge B. And each one will have a different name. Also, with each corresponding zone, there is a number here. For example, this one is 113, 114, etc. And each of the zones correlates exactly to a specific number. At the bottom here, they are color-coded into the 9 sections. Each section has the 6 record file maps that they have labeled 11, 12, 13, etc. And those also have both names, the number that you will see as well as the name of the map. So it does not matter which data file you start on. You can start on the first section of data file, or you can start on the 9th, or you can start on any one in between. You can do 2 of them simultaneously. The first number in the sequence does not matter in the order that you do them. This is why it's possible to not immediately mess it up. The second number is extremely important though. You must clear all the zones within a grouping in the exact order. For example, for the first one, you have to clear zone 44, followed by 84, followed by 125, followed by 95, followed by 104, followed by 52. If, for example, you open up the new Operation Siren right after reset and you go in and you do zone 104 and you haven't done any of the previous ones, you will not be able to get the record file from Northwest Passage D, or 104, aka 1-5. And because you are not able to get the record file from 1-5, you'll not be able to complete the rest of the data record, which in this case is 1-6. For example, a really common error that people made right after coming off of the reset was doing the 2 tiles on the east of Great Britain. Those are 7-3 and 1-3. By doing those right off the bat, you will no longer be able to do 1-4, 5, or 6, as well as 7-4, 5, or 6. You have missed the opportunity to do those 6 record files if you've done those 2 maps until the next month. So if you noticed, I've been talking about the -3s, the -5s, the odd numbers. That's because record files 1, 3, and 5, so X1, X3, and X5, all must be done on the first attempt that you clear the mission. They must be in danger mode when you enter. These will guarantee spawn when you enter the map. Here, for example, is 8-3. I have just completed 8-2, so I can go into 8-3 and it will be there. Note you'll see this green exclamation mark here indicating that there is a mission here. I had to be very careful to make sure I did my 8-2 before I did this mission, because if I go into this mission and complete this map and not go into 8-2 first, I won't be able to get 8-3, 4, 5, or 6 on this month. So this is why it's very imperative that you do this early in the month, because if you just randomly pull missions out and you do all your missions every day, which is going from 5 to 7 starting tomorrow, you'll have a high chance that if that goes on long enough, you'll run into this issue where you'll have to go into a map to complete a mission and lose the data file. Anyway, we will go into the map. And now that we are into the map and we have used the recon request, we see the data file here. We also see the mission, which is to save this ship right here. However, had we gone in here and saved this ship and completed this zone, we would not be able to get this data file when we appeared. So I will go collect this and then we'll move on to clearing the zone. So the fact that the X-odd numbers work in this way, that you have to do them in order after you've cleared the even number that came before it, and the data file will only appear on the first entrance, leads to many people losing out on data records that they could have had. But let's talk also about even numbers, because those are almost as equally infuriating. X-even number zones, such as 7-4 or 2-4 or 6-2, only appear after you have safe moded the zone. So you clear it once and then they have an opportunity to appear. Notice how I said opportunity. Unlike the X-odd number zones, These are not guaranteed to spawn. These have a % chance of spawning that I cannot tell you for certain what it is currently, but I can tell you that it's not guaranteed and it's not even that high of probability. More than once, I'd had to enter the same zone in excess of 10 times before the data file appeared. This can lead up to a lot of AP. Most save zones cost between 10 and 20 AP to re-enter. That means that this re-entrance fee could cost you up to 200 AP. Note, if it doesn't appear and then you go and you clear a X-odd number following it, you will miss out on the opportunity to get that X-odd number. One way to double check against this is check your collection progress. This number here tells you how many you've collected. The next number is the next zone that you should be fighting for. For example, for me, I should be looking at 8-4. Before you go into an odd number zone, double check with your collection archives and make sure that you are in the right spot. On my Discord server, we've put together this sheet which has all the zones, which set of data they collect to, their 2 different names they can be named on, their corrosion level, which file level they are in as a part of, whether or not they have to be in safe zone or in danger zones when they spawn. You can copy this by going to File, Make a Copy for yourself, and then you can put X's or whatever indicator to indicate which ones you have collected thus far. So those are the best indicators. I will leave the map up here if you want to pause the video and use it to compare and cross-reference. On my Discord server, there will be pinned messages with better qualities of these images. Sorry that this came out a little bit later than I intended, but I wanted to make sure that these were all correct. I, along with different people on my Discord, have tested out all the routes to verify these work. That's how we caught the mistake earlier. Alright guys, hopefully this video helped you out. I know it's kind of convoluted to find this. Honestly, I really like the open world feature that they were kind of showing, but this very much indicates that it is not open world, at least the first time you clear through it. You should go through this exact order. Then you have the files on record, and then you can play around as you please afterward. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it helped you guys out. If it did, hit a like button. And if you want to get guides and timely updates about Azur Lane, hit that subscribe button. We recently hit 10,000 subscribers, and that means I will be doing a 10-hour Azur Lane stream very soon.